Good morning. It's June 11th today, Tuesday. Um, and I do plan on going biking. That's what I plan on doing later today. Is going biking. Probably out on the bike trail. I probably won't go as far as I'm wanting to go today. I still have my shifting on the bike to fix, and I gotta check the brakes. They just gotta get cleaned. I gotta get some brake cleaner and clean the brakes and get the rotors cleaned because they're really dirty and got some kind of film on them that's causing them to squeak really loud. And if my voice seems a little out of tune, I just got up a little while ago. A little after 10 o'clock today, I slept in because I get the day off. There's a couple things I want to do. I'm taking my own day off. There's a couple things I want to do today. And the bike is one of them. Well, has everybody heard the news of what Microsoft is doing? Because of the backlash of their newest feature, their latest feature, recall, Microsoft is now pulling that back. For now, they're going to cancel recall. It's just causing too many problems. Too many people are complaining about it, and rightfully so. They should be. Windows recall is my understanding is only coming with a new PC. So on the keyboard, it's got to have the Windows. It's got to have the recall button or the. It's called Windows Plus something. I forget the naming of it, but it's got to be a new PC with the Copilot key on the keyboard, replacing the Windows key, which I think is a very bad idea. I don't like it that they're getting rid of the Windows key and they're replacing it either with the recall button or I think they're putting the Copilot key on the keyboard and it's replacing the Windows key on the keyboard. Keyboard button right here, they're replacing that with Copilot or recall. One of the two. I'm not sure which. In either way, I don't like it. I think Windows should just stay the way Windows in Windows 10. I think that's what everybody wants, but that's not how Microsoft is doing it. Microsoft is turning Windows into they're God, how do you say this without pissing everybody off? I don't know how to say it. Windows is doing something I think out of the ordinary. Meaning Microsoft is they're throwing whatever they can at the wall, see what sticks. They thought the recall would be a good idea and everybody is complaining about it. So Microsoft took away recall. Well, why don't they do away with the Copilot too? Why don't they do away with Chat GPT? Chat GPT. GPT stands for something, doesn't it? Those are 3 separate words. GPT. Maybe they're not. And I'm sitting here babbling when I want to go out biking. Yeah, that's how I usually do these videos. Microsoft just needs to go back to the basics and stick to it. I know they're trying to expand things. They're trying to make things better, faster. And this whole recall thing, oh my god, it's gotten so blown out of proportion. Now they're adding encryption to it. They're adding a whole bunch of things that I don't think they should. Now maybe to some people encryption's important. Maybe they've got to have it. For me, I don't want it. I don't want the recall. I don't want ChatGPT. I don't want Copilot. I don't want recall, ChatGPT, Copilot. There's a couple other things in there that I can name that they've recently added. I don't want. So, Microsoft just needs to go back to the basics of Windows and quit throwing all this new stuff. Oh yeah, that menu bar, instead of just having the icons, they've now got the name to it, like cut, rename, move, cut, copy, paste, and instead of having just the icons up there, now they've got the word underneath it so you can see what they cut. Instead of seeing just the icons, now they've got the words underneath it. They're trying, like I said, they're just trying things, seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. And I think because of everybody's disliking everything of this recall, they decided, okay, fine, you guys don't want it, we'll pack it away for now. They're probably gonna come back with recall, but noisy car. Recall is probably going to be something different. It's just it can't stay, or it shouldn't stay the way. I mean, it probably can, but nobody's going to use it because all recall is. I think I'm done talking about it. It's just Microsoft made a mistake. They thought recall would be a good thing. They thought this would be a good reminder app. It'd be something you can go back and look at. The only problem is with recall, as far as I understand it from what I've heard from people, is recall records everything you do. I'm not so happy with that when it comes to me looking at bank information, other private stuff, and I don't want recall recording that. And and again, this stuff stays local. It stays on your computer for only your computer, the computer you are on. It's not for the computer to the right of you, and it's not for the computer to the left of you if you're in an office environment. I don't think that's how it works. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I think it's only for just the local computer you are working on. So it won't go to other computers and get information from them. At least I don't think that's how it works. I doubt it. There's just a lot of stuff on recall I've got to do reading on. That's why I'm not too sure how recall works. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head from what I've heard. And what I've heard, Microsoft, you made the right decision by pulling back recall. It was a bad idea. It was just, I know what they were trying to do, but because, see, it's a privacy thing. Even though it's local, it stays on that computer that you're working on. That's not how we're gonna think. We're not gonna think that the information is just gonna stay there on your computer. Because I believe recall is connected to a database. And if it's connected to a database, yeah, it's local, it's staying on your computer, but I think, again, maybe I'm wrong, I don't see why it's such a privacy thing, or you would think Microsoft would have access to that information, right? They say they don't, or do they say they do and they just don't, or I don't know. Anyhow, again, I'm babbling. I'm not really ranting, because recall could be a good idea. They just have to do it differently. This whole privacy thing, and it's silly to me. And the way Microsoft made recall, it just freaked everybody out. And I don't blame them, but it made me worry. I was like, okay, this recall, So this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it. Not the way it is, but for recall to work the way they say it was going to, they would have to have key logging. They'd have to have all the private spying guru stuff that was going to be in the computer that we don't want. Because for them to know everything you're looking at, everything they're doing, they got to know when you hit the P keyboard or the S key or the P key or the L key or the M key. Something's recording that, right? Not just your local computer, but it's got to go to the database that stores that local information, or does your local information pick itself up and leave and go somewhere, but leave a copy on your local computer? Or yes, it stays on the local computer, but does it go elsewhere? I don't know. There's just a lot of things that Microsoft has, how in the past, and today, and in the future, that they're going to attempt to make. Some things make it, some things don't. It sounds like to me as if today Microsoft is getting, or at least putting recall on the back burner. Brad Sams and Paul Throd, they've all came out with articles. A lot of stuff I got to do. I'm reading on the internet yet to see what this is all about and find out a little bit more and find out who's doing what. But God, this video is 13 minutes already. 13 minutes, 14 seconds. Guys, I'm gonna go. I've done enough babbling, I've done enough complaining, but you get the point. Microsoft tried something, they've tried several things. And I think recall is the first one out the door. It sounds like they finally caught up to everybody's belly aching about recall, and Microsoft did the right thing. They're doing away with it for now. Just for now. I think, in 5 or 6 months, they're going to come out with something that was recall, but it's going to be renamed as, well, they won't have all the snoopiness that everybody's complaining about. I understand it. I think it's all up here. I don't think, or maybe they are. Maybe different companies out in the world, including Microsoft, are looking in on your computer and they're seeing what you're typing, they're hearing what you're saying. I don't think so. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is what recall is doing. I think it's just for when you're on your keyboard, it'll type whatever you're typing, it'll save whatever. Well, of course, our websites are already saved in history, so I don't know. It was a bad idea for me in the beginning, and now Microsoft has finally caught up to their own thought because everybody's complaining. Now they're thinking maybe we should put recall on the back burner and not do it right now. Then I think they're making the right decision. I think that was the right thing to do. I think it was just going in the wrong direction. I think they were just doing it wrong. And I think with everybody stating that to Microsoft, or whoever heard it, and whoever did what, somebody picked up recall and put it on the back burner because everybody is complaining about recall. And rightfully so, they should. Recall was going to be a hot mess. That's just the bottom line. It was really going to cause privacy concerns. I don't know. In the comments, what do you think? Let's try that again. I was crooked there. It's like, crooked? This way? See, I don't know how to point, so I'm pointing right at you guys because it looks like I'm going off this way or pointing off that way. How do you do a straight on? See there? Never mind. In the comments, let me know what you think of Recall and Microsoft's last decision that I think was either made late last night or sometime today, that they're finally doing away with Recall. Yay. Now I think it's just convince them to get rid of Copilot and a few other added goodies, and I'm not saying that they're bad, because they're not, except for Recall. Recall was just, like I said, it was a hot mess. But all the other new features, I don't think I'll use. I think I'll just keep using computers the way I'm using them today. I'll never use Copilot, Chat GPT. There we go. Whew, that's gonna be hard for me to say. Especially if I try to say it really quick. But anyhow, I'm gonna get my bike ready to go. It's a nice, partly cloudy day. And I'm gonna go out biking, and this video is getting up to almost 18 minutes long. So, catch you guys later. You all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.